Welcome to the Steve Ames Show with guitarist Sandy Renda, pianist Mike Iannuzzi, and my special guests, singer Bob Marino and saxophonist Larry Weiss. And now, on with the show. When lovers make no rendezvous to stroll along Fifth Avenue, when this familiar world is through, will you still be mine? When cabs don't ride around the park, no window lights, the summer's dark, when love has lost its secret spark, will you still be mine? When moonlight on the Hudson's not romancy, and spring no longer turns a young man's fancy, when glamour girls have lost their charms, when sirens just mean false alarms, when lovers heed no call to arms, will you still be mine? When moonlight on the Hudson's not romancy, and spring no longer turns a young man's fancy, when glamour girls have lost their charms, when sirens just mean false alarms, when lovers heed no call to arms, will you still be mine? Thank you. That was a song entitled Will You Still Be Mine, written by the very talented songwriting team of Matt Dennis and Tom Adair, and popularized by the Tommy Dorsey Orchestra. Of course, Tommy Dorsey was known for having great musicians in his band. And talking about great musicians, here are two of the best. At the guitar, Sandy Renda. Very nice shirt. All dressed up for the summer. At the keyboard, Mike Iannuzzi. And we're very patriotic. I'm in red, Mike is in blue. Sandy, your guitar has some red in it, though, which is a coincidence because we'll be doing some patriotic songs later in the show. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to the show, and we are taping at our favorite indoor location, the beautiful Holiday Inn in Springfield, New Jersey. Let's hear it for the Holiday Inn. And I love the music of Tommy Dorsey so much, and the lyrics and music of Tom Adair and Matt Dennis so much, that we've got another tune to do with you. The Dorsey Band recorded this with a young vocalist named Frank Sinatra. And what a title, Everything Happens to Me. I make a date for golf, and you can bet your life it rains. I try to give a party, but the guy upstairs complains. I guess I'll go through life just catching colds and missing trains. Everything happens to me. I never miss a thing. I've had the measles and the mumps, and every time I play an ace, my partner always trumps. I guess I'm just a fool who never looks before he jumps. Everything happens to me. At first I thought that you could break this spell for me, that love could turn the trick to end despair. But now I know this foolish head that thinks for me. I mortgaged all my castles in the air. I never miss a thing. I've had the measles and the mumps, and every time I play an ace, my partner always trumps. I guess I'm just a fool who never looks before he jumps. Everything happens to me. At first I thought that you could break this spell for me, that love could turn the trick to end despair. But now I know this foolish head that thinks for me. I've mortgaged all my castles in the air. I never won a sweepstake or a bank night in a show. I thought I'd wanted love, but Lady Luck said no. And though it breaks my heart, I hate to see you go. Everything happens to me. Sandy Renda, Mike Yanuzzi, it's always a pleasure to perform good music with you two fellas, like the two numbers we just did by Matt Dennis and Tom Adair, who wrote great music and great lyrics. But the fellow who was known for probably inventing the sophisticated, witty lyric had to be the great Cole Porter. And Mike, when you were with us last month, you were talking about the show Anything Goes, and tell us what happened since last month.
Well, we finished our short but successful run. We did 5 shows in 4 days out in Sparta, the Cornerstone Players, and it was very successful. We had a great time. I got to try and get the girl who played Reno Sweeney on our show because she was really terrific.
Is she anything like Ethel Merman?
Not in size, but in voice. Yes, she's
She can belt it out.
Trained in opera. She was actually an opera trained singer.
Definitely, I'd love to have her on the show and tell us about the play that you played.
I played the Englishman, Sir Evelyn Oakley, and everybody got a big kick out of the fact that I was on stage in my underwear. So,
oh boy!
Yeah, you had several scene changes. You had several scene changes.
Like for the third male lead, I had like the most costume changes in the show.
And can you give us a little bit of the English accent? Arthur Treacher, the great Arthur Treacher, originated this role back on Broadway. Give us a little bit of the English accent.
Mine was more like a Terry Thomas.
Yes, right. Let's hear a little.
Hello, hello, Miss Sweeney. It was more kind of like along.
Very good. Let's hear from Mike. That's good. And now, Sandy, we have something also important to talk about, the 40th anniversary of the famous moon landing. Wow, July 20th, 1969. And here we are 40 years later, and it was amazing. I remember watching it. I was on vacation. Get this, in July of 1969, my mother and I were in Spain visiting my grandparents, and we were staying at a little Mediterranean resort right there on the Mediterranean Sea. And at the hotel, you had a lot of people from Italy, from France, from Spain. We were the only Americans there, wow. My mother and I. And I remember we walked into the lobby one afternoon coming off the beach, and there was nobody at the bar. There was nobody at the cocktail lounge. We said, where is everybody? And we looked, they had a little room in the back where the television was on, and everybody was watching the moon landing. And I was so proud. I've always been proud to be an American, but that day especially, I was running around the room saying, I'm an American, I'm an American. And of course, Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong, the first men to land on the moon, and of course, the man to orbit the moon, Mike Collins. But Sandy, let me ask you, who was the first?
Are you sure that was on a Hollywood set?
Oh, no, he doesn't believe it. He's skeptical. No, I believe it.
I just saw newsreels of it.
Listen, Walter Cronkite reported that story.
That's
the
right.
Great Walter Cronkite. He was the most trusted man of America. And if you didn't believe Walter Cronkite...
I didn't believe him.
Well, I did. Anyway, Sandy...
You listen to him off camera, you won't
No. Anyway, Sandy, let's not get political. You know what happened at the last election. Okay. Anyway, Sandy, who was the first woman on the moon?
Alice Crandon.
Remember the honeymooners. Right. Do a little to the moon, Alice. Do a little, Jackie Lee.
Send you to the moon, Alice.
When Sandy Renda was a little boy, he was an actor on the Honeymooners, and he worked with Jack Gleason, Art Carney, Joyce Randolph, and Audrey Meadows. Sandy Renda did, I kid you not. Okay, Sandy, in honor of the 40th anniversary of the moon landing, what would you and Mike like to do tonight?
Fly me to the moon.
And I also want to dedicate this song not only to the great astronauts, but I also want to dedicate this song to the memory of Walter Cronkite, who reported so much news. And I just want to say that of all the stories that Walter Cronkite reported in his long, long career, this was his favorite story, because this was a happy story, uplifting. And it was my favorite story, too. Let's hear it for Sandy and Mike. Fly Me to the Moon.
Fly me to the moon and let me dance among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, please, darling, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me love forevermore. You are all I've wanted, oh my darling, forevermore. In other words, please be true. In other words, baby, I love you. In other words, please be true. Well, in other words, in other words, in other words, darling, I love you.
Wonderful song stylist Bob Marino and a terrific saxophonist Larry Weiss.
This is a lovely way to spend an evening. Can't think of anything I'd rather do. This is a lovely way to spend an evening. Can't think of anyone as lovely as you. The casual stroll through a garden, a kiss by a lazy lagoon, catching a glimpse of moonlight, humming our favorite tune. This is a lovely way to spend an evening. I'm gonna save all my nights and spend them with you. This is a lovely way to spend an evening. Can't think of anyone as lovely as you. A casual stroll through a garden, a kiss by a lazy lagoon, catching a breath of moonlight, humming our favorite tune. This is a lovely way to spend an evening. I'm gonna save all my nights and spend them with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, my two very special guests, back by popular demand, Bob Marino, and making his first appearance on the show, Larry Weiss. Let's hear it for both of them. And Bob, I just love that number that you did. This is a lovely way to spend an evening.
Thank you very much, Steve.
Hey, you know who sang that in the movie? Frank Sinatra.
Okay, I know, I've heard of him.
Yeah, and it's a coincidence that you picked a Sinatra song and that Sandy and Mike also picked a Sinatra song, Fly Me to the Moon, and I did one earlier, Everything Happens to Me.
Yeah.
So Sinatra is bigger than ever.
He is.
Isn't he? And
Big presence.
talking about bigger than ever, I'm so proud of you. You were with us last year showing your CD. Now you've got a new CD.
Yes, I do.
And we're showing it now. Tell us about it.
This CD is one that I usually make every year and give out to my family and my friends. And this year we did A Lovely Way to Spend an Evening. That is the title track of the name of the CD. And my wife is on the cover, and I'm singing actually at a benefit we did in Berkeley Heights for a young boy who was had to undergo a very serious operation, and we did a benefit, and we raised like $35,000.
Wow, that's
I did the
beautiful.
singing.
Let's hear it for him. That's beautiful that you did that.
Thank you.
Very proud
Very
of you.
special.
That's great. How many songs on the CD?
I believe there's like 15.
And how many CDs have you recorded up to now?
About 8.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's great. You're ahead of me. Yeah, that's very good. How did you meet Larry?
Larry is a longtime friend, and he can tell you about it
Okay,
himself, but-
Larry.
Yeah,
Okay,
go
we've
ahead.
been-
Welcome to the show.
I know Bob many years, and Bob knew that I played. My history right now is I retired recently. I was a financial advisor, and I used to be a practicing musician, and I hadn't played for 21 years. And about 5-6 years ago, I went back and started to play again.
I'm so happy that you did.
Because my son wanted me to play at his wedding one song. I hadn't played and was afraid.
Well,
to
now
open the
that you're
doors.
playing, you'll never stop again.
Well, that's the thing. I'm in a bunch of bands. I play with the Rutgers Alumni Symphony, and I play with Central Jersey Symphony. I play clarinet. I play flute. I was a music major.
That is wonderful. I
And I'd
love
like
the
to
way
play
you play.
jazz.
Who were some of your favorite saxophonists?
Well, Dexter Gordon and Coltrane, Sonny Rollins.
Oh, yes. And you love the big band era?
I love the big band.
Oh, that's
Play with the
wonderful.
Imperial Big Band and just freelance.
Well, you two are a marvelous combination. I'm so glad that you're both on the show. And what's the next number going to be, Bob?
We're going to do a great Neapolitan love song entitled Al Di La.
I'm looking forward to hearing it. Let's hear it for Bob Marino and Larry Rice.
Thank you. Al di la means you are far above me, very far. Al di la, as distant as the lovely evening star. Where you walk, flowers bloom when you smile, all the gloom turns to sunshine, and my heart opens wide. When you're gone, it fades inside and seems to have died. Alila, I wondered as I drifted where you were. Alila, the fog around me lifted. There you were. In the kiss that I gave was the love I had saved for a lifetime. Then I knew all of you was completely mine. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Al di là del mare più profondo ci sei tu. Al di là dei limiti del mondo ci sei tu. Al di là della volta infinita, al di là della vita, ci sei tu. Al di là, ci sei tu per me. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Al di
Right now, a tribute to the most patriotic man in show business, George M. Cohan, actor, singer, dancer, producer, playwright, and composer of some of America's most popular and patriotic songs. And here's one of my favorites from the World War I era. Here we go. Over there, send the word over there, that the Yanks are coming, the drums rum-tumming everywhere. So beware, say a prayer, send the word to beware. We'll be over, we're coming over, and we won't come back till it's over there, over there, over there. Send the word over there, that the Yanks are coming, the drums rum-tumming everywhere. So prepare, say a prayer, send the word to beware, that we'll be over, we're coming over, and we won't get back till it's over there. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to thank the two mighty musicians, Sandy Renda and Mike Yanuzzi. Let's hear it for them. Our producer, director, Jerry Schoenthal, behind the camera with the famous fingers, the magic fingers. And our two very special guests, that wonderful song stylist, Bob Marino, and a terrific saxophonist, Larry Weiss. Let's hear it for both of you. We're taping tonight's show on July 28th, and yesterday, July 27th, was the birthday of my mother, Josette Ami, who's having a very happy birthday, celebrating all week long, and she'll come on the show one of these days. You know, I can't get her on the show. She's the opposite of me. You know, I'm very outgoing and extroverted, and she's very shy. But if any of you can get my mother on the show, a big check I'll send your way if you can do that. Anyway, folks, we close off the show with the wonderful, wonderful song by George M. Cohan. And of course, Jimmy Cagney did it in his Academy Award-winning performance, playing Cohan in Yankee Doodle Dandy. And I'm going to do it now. Here we go. Give my regards to Broadway. Remember me to Herald Square. Tell all the gang at 42nd Street that I will soon be there. Whisper of how I'm yearning to mingle with that old-time throng. Give my regards to old Broadway. Say that I'll be there ere long. Whisper of how we're yearning to mingle with that old-time throng. Just give our regards to old Broadway and say that we'll be there ere long. Give my regards to old Broadway and say that I'll be there ere long. Thank you. Good night. Whisper of how we're yearning to mingle with that old-time throng. Just give our regards to old Broadway and say that we'll be there ere long. Give my regards to old Broadway and say that I'll be there ere long.